Alright, here we are. We're going to remove this outside larger clutch side cover. We start with that by, of course, cleaning the area. That's always good advice. Thank you, guys. With support from some of the good people at KDX200, just diving into this side of the engine with a question about what's actually going on down here at the shifter pawl. So to get to this point, remove the water cover, water pump cover. Again, it's guide pinned in two places. Also remove cover that protects this area. Is slotted. This is a rubber boot. It's slotted. You just slide it off the boot. It's also pinned up here. And while I don't think I need to remove the I'm not sure if this needs to come off. It looks like it's just riding on this gear, so I may just leave this on. If by chance you are removing it, for those of you who may remove it, you want to support the shaft from spinning. Long story short, there's a delicate pin inside this part that can be sheared off. It can be broken or weakened. You want to support the shaft itself. Just grab on a little bit to the delicately, but grab on to the shaft of the rod itself, and then reverse thread. And I already kind of broke the nut away, but you want to just reverse thread. This is a reversed thread nut, so you turn it to loosen it the way you would normally turn another nut to tighten it, which would be left to tighten and right to loosen on this particular nut. Alright, I'm going to leave it in place for now, but just for your own understanding. I'm going to go ahead and start loosening these nuts up around and just see what the play is for taking the larger case off the bike. I've disconnected water hose here and water hose from the pump assembly. Alright, I'll go ahead and start working to get this off, and we will continue. I have the bolts freed up from this side of the case. A couple of gentle taps. Seems like it's free. I can feel guide pins. This KIPS shaft is coming off. The washer just came free from this area. Alright, this mechanism has come free upside here. I can see the gear for it. I'm just going to try and push that gear out of the way and down and out. I'm unsure what that is quite yet. I'll figure it out. And I have a tendency to put nuts and bolts back onto the engine as I take them off. Okay. Okay, I think I found the problem. Folks, I believe there's supposed to be a pin here. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that there's supposed to be a pin here. And in fact, if I look carefully at it, this is supposed to be a small pin that comes down. That, yeah, I'm almost sure this is the part that I found in the bottom of the case. Almost 100% sure. Nonetheless, it still does not answer the question as to why this is not working properly, or why I'm not getting a correct alignment here. and also why I'm not able to scroll through the gears correctly, except to say that possibly that part, the pin itself, because I don't see the pin. I'll take some more apart. The pin may have ended up in the transmission area. So I can see the spring here. The spring actually does look okay. It looks like it's connected and it's under tension. The shifter assembly, I imagine possibly if I just get this spring up over. I'm somewhat unsure of what I'm doing right now. Alright. This spring is connected to the front plate and the rear plate, and it's designed to pull this rear plate, the one with the teeth. It's designed to pull it into position, and pull that rear plate into position to catch the shift turret. At least that's my insight into it. Alright, here we are. I've removed the shift shaft from the other side of the bike. I'm off. Okay, with that off, here just to see if this shifter part will push out all the way out from the other side. I have a little resistance right there, but it is out far enough for me to inspect the device, and I don't see anything specifically wrong. It's a little chunky, but not up. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a big difference. Alright, yeah. Something was holding it up. Something was definitely holding it up from these coming forward. That's the position they're supposed to be in, but they were only here. For sure, that's the problem. Let me just get it back in. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. That's all the difference, actually, folks. That's it. That's just what it needs. Okay, so why it is the case, I'm unsure. I don't know why it was hesitating there, except to say that okay, well, that's the problem. We can get in on that a little bit. So as you see how much this springs, up till this point this was in this position, and it would not come further, any further. It wasn't until I gave it a couple of actuations that I can see these teeth come a lot further forward, and certainly now grab the turret. Alright, so if these go on, you can see how much further it reaches into the turret. With this part is just throw a little cleanup on it. Maybe it was something in the back here. Okay, it's certainly functioning now. This part is definitely in better shape. Yeah, that's much better. I am getting full. It's now working properly. So there was something in there that was jamming it up. It's no longer. At the same point in time, here, look, you can still see small fragments of metal in the case. There you go. Right, and these are littered throughout the case a bit. So where the rest of that part is, I don't know. I can just imagine. Maybe I'll run a magnet through the oil I drained and see if I can pick anything up there, find that part. Again, this turret does not necessarily spin evenly or smoothly. Alright, there's where we're at. I'm just going to go ahead and actuate that a few more times. Alright, and put it back into place. Reach around the other side, feel the shaft going through the case. There it is, okay. Alright, there you go. Now you can see that, well, I don't have the shift arm on it, but you can see now clearly that the forks of this device are coming out to meet the turret properly. Alright, on the off chance that the piece of whatever was broken off here of that pin, the KIPS shaft pin, may have gotten behind the turret, I took the shifter off again. I'll move this out of the way, loosen the turret. I'm not actually expecting to find much behind it. It would be nice if it was there, the rest of this pin. I could just clean it out and call it a deal and know that this the reason the turret was binding was because of a piece of fragment behind it, but I'm not optimistic about that. Nothing. Nothing is in there. It's clean. That's too bad. I was hoping that, well, obviously. The turret is guide pinned, so there's no getting that wrong. but still. Okay. Nothing. All right, we'll continue.